Hey Aquarius, welcome to your monthly love forecast for July. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to connect and see what's coming up for you in the month of July. Information of the deck I'm using will be in the description as always. And then I'm going to pull a love message for you from your soulmate from this deck at the end. But we're going to see what's coming up for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in July. There might be a lot of passion coming in for you guys because, and I don't always hear a song before the readings, but for you guys I am. I didn't hear one for Scorpio. When I sat down for Scorpio, I didn't hear a song. But for you guys, I'm hearing Very White, Never Gonna, what is it, Never Gonna Let You Go, Never Gonna Give You Up. I can't sing, guys. I can't sing, so somebody's gonna know what song that is. But I kind of associate Very White with, like, that, you know, that passion, that cuddling up, that, you know, even though we're in the summertime and maybe summer's not a time for cuddling, but you know what I mean. Like, I just kind of feel like you guys are gonna be maybe a little bit smitten here or be in a very passionate connection. But let's see what's coming up for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month ahead. So I think one more little shuffle here. There we go. We're going to lay out our cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So your first card, Aquarius, is the Death card, right? How do we go from Very White to the Death card? Well, we're going to see how the reading transpires. I assure you it's all going to tie in. It always does. So the first card you have here is the Death card. So this tells me that you guys are really ready to let go of something that's been holding you back. Okay, there's like a transformation that's coming in. I do feel, because you see how there's this sword, right? And there's that beautiful flower that's just kind of coming up out of it. I feel like you're taking your power back out of a situation and you're letting something go that hasn't been honoring you or hasn't been giving you what you deserve or what you want. There's also a feeling to me, like, as I'm looking at this card, there's this heavy cloak. Like, this heavy cloak is going to come off. Like, you're going to come out of this hiding or come out of this insecurity that maybe that you have been in, right? And that flower, that blooming, that blossoming, that being seen, a lot of promise. We'll go ahead and we'll pull clarifiers too around the Death card, because this is kind of coming up as the foundation of the energy. So what does the Aquarius need to know about the Death card coming up right off the bat, right out of the gate? Why is the Death card coming right out of the gate for Aquarius? What is going on? Ooh, Aquarius. Aquarius. Are you being a fire starter? Are people fighting over you? You getting people all worked up about you, Aquarius? 5 of Wands is competition, is argument, is fighting. And 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. This card is telling us a couple of different situations. Some of you have been in a cycle for a while where maybe you've felt very frustrated in your love life because you felt like you've been attracting people that maybe were taking advantage of you financially, or they were like looking for a sugar mama or a sugar daddy or something like that, you know, or, you know, they were being users or whatever. That's coming to an end. That is finishing. You're coming out of that cycle and you're finally coming into the, and maybe for some of you it's not even financial, just people who are taking. Like, I'm not your mommy, I'm not your, you know, I'm not your caregiver, I'm not, you know, here to raise you or to pamper you or to coddle you. And so this cycle of people taking and not giving, whether it's financially, emotionally, investing energy into the relationship, whatever, what have it be, what have you, you're ending that cycle. That's ending. So you're coming into the energy of more generous partners, more giving partners, you know, partners who are investing more, who are doing work on the relationship where it's no longer one-sided. 5 of Wands to me is also arguing and fighting. It's competition. It could be a lot of people are chasing after you, and that's giving you the confidence, and you're realizing that you have choices and options and you don't have to put up with foolishness. But for some of you, it's more so this energy of You're just done fighting or arguing with people. You're like, look, I shouldn't have to tell you, common sense stuff, or I shouldn't have to beg you to show up. I shouldn't have to beg you to spend time with me. I shouldn't have, some of you are feeling like a person's been making you chase them, and you're like, why am I going to chase you? Why am I going to chase anybody? Right? So you're coming into this energy where you're just realizing the abundance that's in the universe, not just financially, but in terms of friendships, in terms of relationships, in terms of love. You're realizing it's a great big world with a whole lot of people and a whole lot of opportunities in it. So some of you are putting an end to something. Some of you are walking away from a relationship because you've had it with, being taken advantage of, or this person not investing or giving. Okay. Or some of you already did this, because since it's coming up as the foundation, you may have already done this last month or a couple of months ago, or it's sometime in the past, and now you're opening up, you're ready for the rebirth. Because that's the one thing about the Death card. Yes, it's about something ending, but it's a card about transformation, and it's a card about coming into this energy where you're being reborn. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. I don't like to get too hung up on the astrology of the cards, but if we wanted to like nitpick with the astrology of the cards, for some of you, the Death card could indicate that you are gonna have a very significant soulmate connection with a Scorpio. Okay, some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio, and some of you may be coming into this balancing out the energies and what you expect in a relationship, right? Coming into a new type of relationship. So next, I'm gonna have Queen of Wands. So what did I tell you? I told you it was gonna tie in. And sure enough, here it is. It just got tied in with the berry white. Queen of Wands, my dears. Queen of Wands is very, very powerful energy. She's very sexy. Excuse me here. She's very independent. This is a very, very passion-oriented card. Okay, this is like Queen of Wands. She's the life of the party. She's sexy. She's funny. She's confident. She's passionate. She knows who she is and what she wants and what she deserves, and she doesn't settle. She doesn't settle. And so that's already the energy that you're in from the beginning. You're like, I'm not going to be in these relationships, in these situations where I'm giving and giving and giving and not getting anything back. You're already in that decision, and so you're moving forward in it in July, where it's even more so. You're like, I'm not going to settle. I know what I deserve. Why should I have to beg somebody to spend time with me? Or why should I have to beg somebody, to be involved with me? Like, I'm the friggin' Queen of Wands. Why wouldn't you want this? For other ones of you, for those of you who date women, it could be also that you're going to be encountering this kind of Queen of Wands energy, where you are finally getting into a relationship with someone who is not looking at you to rescue them or fix all of their problems, or come, sweeping in and like, being the being the superhero. Like, you're finally attracting the kind of relationship with a woman who she can hold her own. She can handle her own. She doesn't need to reach into your pockets because she has her own. She has her own stability. She has her own income. She has her own friends. She has her own life. She's not going to be clingy on you. And for some of you, this is very massive, because you've been stuck in this cycle for a long time where you've been like, oh my goodness, I'm being in these relationships that are like, I'm giving and giving and giving, and I'm feeling like I have to rescue and I can't seem to rescue, and I'm stressed out and I'm worried. You're coming into a connection with more confident women, women who have it together. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is somebody who's gonna have like a $1 billion, or somebody that doesn't have any problems in their life. This is someone who is working towards their future, right? And they're not looking for, making excuses for anything, or they're not looking for anybody to carry them through anything. And their life is not perfect, but they're handling it, and they're doing a good job, navigating through their life and getting it together, right? And there's going to be a lot of playfulness, a lot of passion, a lot of chemistry. And again, I told you in the beginning, I was hearing that Barry White song. And for me, Barry White is very synonymous with, that passion and that love making and that, like wanting to be together kind of energy. And Queen of Wands is right up in that energy right there. So some of you are going to be dealing with that. Now, we do have Three of Swords coming up. And Three of Swords can be releasing past hurts a lot of the times in my readings, or it could be a sadness or a hurt or a betrayal. Some of you may be coming into ending a relationship with that Queen of Wands coming up, where maybe you discovered you were a third party. Like you thought you were the main one, but you're discovering you were a third party. That may happen for some of you. Not all of you, some of you. You have to keep in mind something with the tarot. There's a lot of different ways that it can apply. And when somebody's doing a general reading for like all of YouTube, it's going to apply for different ones in different ways. But I want to have some more clarity here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull 3 clarifiers for Three of Swords. And I want to know, why is this happening? In what way may Aquarius experience Three of Swords in their love life in the month of July 2019? And what I'm hearing, even before I pulled the cards, is as you're coming into this passionate, confident, sexy energy, the Three of Swords is happening for you, because there's going to be some haters that are talking. And they're going to say maybe that, like, you're being scandalous, or you're being promiscuous, or, oh, look at you, you're already off with somebody else already. So I feel just intuitively, we'll see what the cards have to say, but intuitively I feel the Three of Swords is happening because as you're in this happiness and as you're like getting in this new connection, you have people that just really can't let it be, and they're talking about it, and they're making you feel bad about yourself, or you're feeling hurt or betrayed that they would talk about you in that way. But let's see what the clarifiers have to say. So, yeah, see, we've got 10 of Wands. We've got Knight of Wands. And Knight of Cups. So, you're stressed about a decision. You might be having to pick or choose between a water sign and a fire sign. Or you are transitioning very quickly from one relationship to another, and it might be placing a burden upon you, or people are making you feel like you're not being responsible, or look at you, Aquarius, you were with this person, now you're with that person, or that you're going off in some way and like being selfish. And so this is the kind of energy that's not good for you guys. You don't need to be in that toxic energy. You don't need to hear that. You don't need to accept that. The few pointers or tips I want to give you is Knight of Wands has a lot of different meanings. Again, like I said, the cards have different layers and different aspects. In this sense, what it feels like is happening to me is I feel in this sense for you, Aquarius, in this particular reading, Knight of Wands to me feels like somebody's coming in with an ultimatum for you. Like they're passing some kind of decision or some kind of judgment, and they're drawing a line and they're saying it has to be this way or that way. Like you need to make up your mind, you need to make it up now, and the offer's not going to be on the table for very long. And for some of you, it's going to be one partner or one person trying to stand out from another option. Remember how you had that Five of Pentacles, not Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands in the beginning, where it was struggling or competition, right? So some of you are having to pick between these two knights. And your Knight of Wands might be like, look, like, you pick me or you're never going to hear from me again. You pick me or I am out of your life. You're not going to see me. You're not going to hear from me. Typically, Knight of Wands can be very feisty in that way, but my experience with the Knight of Wands type people is they can say that, but they always come back. They're like boomerangs. That's one thing about Knight of Wands, and this might be one of the reasons why, you might kind of be conflicted about whether or not you want to give them a chance, because Knight of Wands can sometimes be here for a good time, but not for a long time, and they may come in and out. Knight of Cups too, like they might be more romantic, they might be more kind of sensual, they may put you more up on a pedestal, but Knight of Cups also like needs to grow up sometimes. Knight of Cups sometimes again, like, you know, they're in the moment energy as well, and so it could be a difficult decision to make. You might feel really burdened down and really stressed out by that decision, and that might be breaking your heart. That might be your Three of Swords moment there. And then also, some of you, keep in mind, people are jealous, people are haters. You know, there's people who have not had anybody in their life for a long time, and they see you, and all of a sudden you've got these, you know, two options, or you've gone from one option to another, or you've been single a long time, and now all of a sudden you're having your fun, and there's going to be people who are going to hate on you for that. Don't take it personal, right? That's them, that's their insecurity, that's their jealousy. Don't take it to heart. So next, we have Judgment. You have to make a decision. You have to pick, okay? You're not going to be able to have both of these people around. You have to make a decision. You have to make a choice. This is a major arcana card, you guys. So you're picking between two very significant soulmates. This is not easy decision for you to make. It's not going to be that cut and dry. And I feel for some of you, you feel like, man, it should be easy, because I feel one of these nights has put you through a lot. Or you're dealing with someone who has the option of these two different nights, and you're like, man, like they need to pick me because this other one's put them through all kinds of hell and I haven't done that. They need to pick me. The hesitation is happening because both of these nights have a very, very, very strong and powerful past life connection. So it's not going to be that cut and dry of a decision. But when the Judgment card comes up, it's asking you to make the higher vibrational decision, right? You have to acknowledge, you have to look at the fact, if this is somebody who has cheated on you, if this is somebody who's been abusive, if this is somebody who has a habit of disappearing and reappearing, even though you feel this massive connection, and even though they may be talking a good game, you need to honor yourself, and you need to do the right thing by letting it go once and for all, by being in that judgment, by being in, like, you know, drawing that line and saying, no, this cannot happen anymore. So you need to make the decision you would tell your best friend to make, or, you know, just somebody else. If you were a stranger outside of the decision looking in, you know, if you weren't so close to it, what would you tell somebody else? You know, you're like, oh, why are you giving that person another chance? They lied to you, they took advantage, they did all this stuff. You know, I understand maybe you feel like you love them, but no, this is bad news, you have to let it go. But sometimes we forget that for ourselves. Okay, so this is your chance to really make a decision to cut somebody out who's been wasting your time. There is going to be a lot of pleasure that's coming in. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of fire from both of these connections, right? But, you know, you need to outweigh pleasure versus heartache, right? Is the heartache worth the pleasure you're receiving? In one of these cases, the answer is no. Next, we have the Magician, another major arcana card. Guys, the major arcana cards come up when we have a really significant crossroads, when we're dealing with very significant soulmates, right? And you have had several major arcana cards come up in your reading, Aquarius. You had the Death card, you had the Judgment card, and you have the Magician card. So this is saying that once you make this high vibrational choice and you stand up for yourself, you're going to be manifesting all kinds of amazing things in your love life. You are going to be manifesting things that you didn't even think was possible, okay? In terms of loyalty, passion, connection, abundance, future, family life, you know, like those of you who maybe Maybe you had like longed of like having a family or having a child, and maybe it hadn't happened for you. You might manifest some kind of a miracle where you're able to get pregnant with this person, or you're able to adopt, and you thought maybe you could never adopt, or the money would never come in to be able to afford something like that. You're manifesting miracles, and it's coming as you are standing up for yourself, and you're making a statement to the universe about what you deserve and what you will and will not tolerate. Okay, so this is a very significant connection. This is a very big decision to make. And once you make the decision, provided that you're aligned in a high vibrational decision and, you know, respecting and honoring yourself, you're opening up doors to all kinds of blessings in this relationship, this higher vibrational relationship. You're manifesting a lot more. You're bringing in this powerful eternal energy, the serendipity even. Okay, my dears, let's see what message Aquarius' soulmate has for Aquarius. And again, guys, the info about the decks I always include in the description of the video. This is a really cute deck. It has a little love message on the back of each card. The cards themselves don't have, like, the cards are not individually named. But I like to look at the picture and see intuitively what's jumping out at me, what messages I catch from it, and then we'll turn it around and we'll read the love message. So what does Aquarius' soulmate want Aquarius to know? All right, so I feel like, see, somebody's going to be kneeling before you. Somebody's asking for a chance. Somebody's asking for your hand, okay? But I also feel like these are like little dandelions to me almost. Like the little dandelions that you see in the lawn, and like if you blow on them, they just scatter and go all across. Could be somebody that is not fully rooted just yet, and so for that reason you might have some concerns, or you're having a hard time making a decision, right? And this person just seems to really, really want you to hear them, to give them a chance. Again, like I said, this might be a hard decision for some of you to make. She's really thinking about it. She's like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And he is like, you know, just hear me out, hear me out. So you're having to make a decision. The message here is love will die if held too tightly. Love will fly if held too lightly. So your soulmate wants you to know that maybe in the past, you know, the experience has been that there was too much control, too much holding on, too much suspicion, too much paranoia, and that had killed the chance of love to grow. And then not taking it seriously enough, or not connecting enough, you know, the relationship wasn't able to take root. Like those little dandelions that kind of flutter or fly away. So your soulmate wants to have a happy balance with you, wants to have a good, strong in-between. So for those of you who do have somebody who's coming back, they're coming back with a game plan. It's like, I know what didn't work last time, and here's gonna work this time. Or, you know, you have somebody new coming in who's like telling you or expressing to you what they're going to be willing to do, okay, to make this relationship work. This is again about balance, finding balance in love. Your soulmate wants balance in love with you. They want to give you freedom also. They don't want to be too jealous over you, you know, but they also want to know that you need them, that you're here, that you're committed, that you're not going to go anywhere, and vice versa. But your soulmate wants you to take them seriously. All right, my darlings, check out your moon sign and rising sign videos too, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more, or I should say months. And check out your weekly forecasts. Those are also very helpful. You may need a private reading. I'm more than happy to do that for you if you go ahead and click on the link in the description of the video for Calendly. You can schedule a private reading with me. But Aquarius, you're going to have to make some big decisions in July. Big decisions. You're going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose somebody. You can't avoid making this choice or this decision. So, wishing you all the best, my darlings. Have a wonderful July.